Welcome to this look at a mod map that I missed on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on Fichthal. This is a mod map by Lucas G, 289.80 megabytes download. This is part of my Maps I Missed series with MrSealyp. The story behind this one being that I missed this map originally, and then Fichthal V2 came out. So when V2 came out, I thought immediately, it's just an update though, isn't it? It's an updated version of Fichthal. So I didn't do a map tour. Then a few people messaged me and said, oh no, version 2, it's a different map. I mean, so much stuff has been added, tweaked, adjusted. So I did a map tour on V2, thinking that I'd done a map tour on the first one, and hadn't. So here I am. What I will say though, V2 is packed to the gills with productions, I mean, it just absolutely rammed to the rafters. If you're looking for, if you like the map, if you like the area, and as you go around on this, you might have played on V2, you might not have even ever looked at it. If you want a simplified version of it, and it's weird because I'm going backwards, obviously, in the maps. This came first, then V2 obviously was second, but this simplified version, there's something I find nicer, easier, more manageable, I guess. If productions and all that stuff is not your thing, this version may be a better version for you. I'm just saying that. So, there are no custom crops. Contracts are available. There are no required mods to download. We're going to look in the build mode in just a moment. There are 50 collectibles. I found one so far. I mean, I haven't been hunting for them, but I kind of came across one, should I say. If we go into, there's no vehicles, machine, or anything like that added in. If we go into build mode and we go to sheds, we've got sheds added in on the map, quite a few of them, as you can see. Under silos, we have got a silo out on the end there, 350,000 litre standard crop types, not a multi-fruit. Under silo extensions, we've got a manure pit extension, just out on the end there. We've then got under tools, we've got a wood storage that can be placed to put your wood into. Then we've got under sell points, under production and sell points, it's a debris crusher for all intents and purposes, but old quarry. We've then got platinum expansion. I've got those on platinum and premium, so that no, ignore those. It's just the one on the end. Old quarry, which is a debris crusher. Then what else have we got under cows? So under animals, the only thing that was added in, we've got an extra cow barn, Bavarian cow shed. The rest of them, there's nothing added in. They're sort of standard animal pens. Under decoration, there was nothing. Under landscaping, under painting, we had some extra textures with cobblestones and things like that added in. So that's as far as it goes with build mode. Now we start here on the map at this bus stop with a little map to show us, and it's that weird thing that when I come on to do a map tour, especially on a map that's been updated or changed, or it might be a newer version, I may have played on the FS19 version or done a map tour, then they bring out a new version on 22, and I was going around thinking it seems very familiar but also very different, and that's what I'm saying. It is a much more simplified version. So the map looks like this. When I say simplified version, as you can see, there's a fair bit going on. Field prices are what you would expect. For the smaller fields, quite cheap. For the mid-sized fields, we get up there a little bit. There are no massive fields on this map. We do have forestry dotted around, so if you want to do a bit of forestry, you can. There's no actual sawmill. We've got a sawmill sell point, but again, that gives you the option. There's tons of them in the mod hub to place one in somewhere if you want to. Now, what is interesting as well on here, if we click on, no, actually we'll leave it on that. If we zoom in, you've got an F on the map. Everywhere where it says F is a farm. So if we zoom all the way back out again, we've got a key there. So farms, and you've got the 3 little towns that we're going to be heading to. And then we've got the W's, and those are the meadows. So the farms are easily located, they are labelled, and there are a few to get round, which we will do. There's no periphery to the map or anything like that to be purchased. I'm not going to show you everything. There are some nice features when we get up around this top section, which is the sort of final bit. Just out here, I thought, well, maybe that's a lake. So I was kind of driving down the main road. I threw the drone up, went out, had a look. This is really cool. It's worth going out and having a look. You've got like a rocky crag area with this little wooden bridge that runs across the side of it. It's just a really nice feature on the map that I think it really stands out. So on New Farmer, which is what I'm doing the map tour on, we start with this farm here, the start farm, I'm going to call it, on plot 2, and we've got field 237 and field 53. That's what we start with. We actually start up here in the town at the bus stop. I've taken the liberty of already putting some money in. I've already leased a pickup, but on New Farmer you would start with £100,000, euros or dollars. Obviously mine's up there a little bit, and the differences between the two, I think on the version 2, this is rammed full of productions, sell points, all sorts. I think the farms are slightly different and maybe even in different locations. This area is packed with productions. This area up the top has got a lot, you know, it's vastly different. I think there's even a farm up here somewhere, and all the farms as well have got apple trees and all sorts on the version 2. So maybe if that is your thing, maybe the version 2 one is the one you might want to go and have a look at, of course, as well. That is entirely your prerogative. We will get to slot counts later on when we get to the farm, but we're going to start here at the vehicle shop. So vehicle shop with workshop trigger just here. This is the reset point in the map. I'm just trying to think. On the version 2, was there a forklift truck? I'm just thinking, might have been a different orientation. I'll say it again, I've done so many map tours. It gets so complicated. As far as the factories and stuff go on here, all the productions are standard. There's nothing over and above. It's all normal, whatever you consider to be normal. I will show you on the map, as I always do, where we have been and where we're going. We've got a carpentry tucked in here, one of two. There are 2 carpentries on the map. I'm going to just double check because I put the money in, because I didn't want to do my prep. I didn't have platinum expansion enabled. I think it's just going to be standard regardless. I don't think it's going to be, yeah, just a standard one. It doesn't hurt to check, does it? And what I also found really fascinating as I was going around the map, it's interesting how the human mind, the brain, works. Again, when I've done map tours between different versions of the game, having different versions within the same game is always a curiosity. And what I found was, as I was going around, apart from this first section maybe, in the towns where there were more productions on the version 2, I found as I was going around the map, I'm thinking, I think I might be doing the same route as I did when I did the version 2 map tour. So it's funny how your brain says, yeah, go this way. This is the most efficient way to do this map tour, and it turns out to be almost exactly the same. We have got Heinrich's Court, which is a sell point, just here. We are going to take this road out and then come back along it, because it's the easiest way to get to this sell point all the way out here. You can just see it out there, that little facility. It's intermediaries is the sell point, and it is just a sell point, not a production. And we'll come back into the town and we'll, let's say, we'll have a bit of a honk round and see what's what. Sometimes I'll do a map tour and I'll blank. I'll go around and think, well, I don't know if I've ever doing one on here before. There you go, intermediaries, sell point, just here. And then the people message us, oh yeah, you did the FS19 version of that, and I have no recollection whatsoever of the version of the map. It's funny, like I say, it's funny how the mind works. So, back down into the town. I might, actually, when we get around to that bit, I might chuck the drone up and show you that bit again, because it's one of those, it's a really lovely feature, and this is another one of those maps. It's beautiful. It's Bavarian countryside, hillside, mountainy sort of terrain, and it's really picturesque. And as I was driving around, I was thinking, oh, that'd make a good thumbnail. That'd make a good thumbnail. That looks like a good thumbnail. But that's a good thing. I always find it really difficult when you go around a map and you're struggling to find something you think is going to stand out for the viewers, you know. So heading down here. And we want to turn in just this one here. So this is, other than the start farm, this is the next farm. I'm not going to label them, number them, but I'll go back to the main map. So we started off here, did that one, across there to Heinrich's Court, drove all the way out there to intermediaries, and then came all the way back along and we've come across here, down here, and we're at this plot here. So, plot 6. So I clicked it already. Buy that, 165 grand. Thank you. Yes, yes. We have got a Farmer 400 silo, 400,000 litre standard crop type, and we've got some barns and shed space. Now, what I will say, all of the farms on the map, including the main farm, all of the buildings can be removed. All of them. Silos, sheds, buildings, animal pens, all of it can be removed. So, like I said, there's no sawmill production on the map, but you might decide, well, I don't want 5, 6 farms. I'll remove all the stuff on one of the farms and put a sawmill there. Again, that can be done. And I'll show you some screenshots when we get to the main farm. I think I've taken 2 or 3. Not of all the farms, but just to show you some with the buildings removed, just to give you an idea of the kind of space for activities you may have. So out from here. Across the bridge. Out of the first village. We'll take this turning. And come to the next farm plot that can be purchased. So, we come across the bridge and we're now here. Plot 5. If we buy that one, 299,622. Yes, please. That and that. Again, we've got some buildings, sheds, silage clamp, cow barn, 480 cows, and around the back of it we have got a manure heap. Like I say, I'm just, every time I sort of went somewhere, I sort of turned and looked, and you look across and think, that's lovely. The old barn with the ivy and stuff growing down it, the church spire. Really, really nice indeed. Yeah, manure heap just there. Again, all the buildings can be removed. I think we'll take this track here. There are a few plots on the map that can't be purchased because this little farm here, I thought, well, that's nice, but I'll better try and buy that plot because it could be there's a sell point, or you can buy the barn. You can't buy that little plot there, interestingly. The tracks are bumpy, so something with better suspension than this has got is advantageous. So the start farm, just here. We'll talk about slot count now then. On new farmer, 1,489. On farm manager and start from scratch, 1,336. Difference being, you don't start with any of the start equipment or machinery, which you'll see as we go around. Glorious. Again, all the buildings and stuff can be sold. So at this farm, if you sell all the buildings, equipment and everything, again, if you go into a farm manager and start from scratch, you won't have any of the equipment, but if you want to sell the buildings, it will look like this. The extra couple of screenshots I threw in there were for a couple of other farms. Just, I'd say, not that I've got to prove the point, but that you can remove all the buildings if you want to. I got the slot count down to 998. You might be able to get lower. Again, that was removing all the buildings from all the farms, which you might not want to do. Sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger, just around the side here. We have got a nice large fence there. Little tanker. Open out barns and building space. Various different bits of equipment. Mower tucked in there. Baler. Other part of our mower. Just there. Manure heap. Silage clamp. We come into the barn here. Forage wagon. Windrower. Tedder. All there. I think at the back of here. Feed mixer. This is the cow barn. If we go up the top of the cow barn, so we can go up. Where's the ladder? Lost it. There we go. Up into the hayloft, which we can do. Up in here. So you can drop bales down into there if you want to. We have got the door that opens down the ramp there. Slurry spreader in this barn. I think we've got a manure spreader and another tractor. So, muck spreader, cultivator, John Deere. So you start with 2 tractors on new farmer. Barn and building space. There we go. Harvester with header and a seeder. just there. If we come around the back here, 350,000 litre silo, again standard crop types, that's not the multi-fruit, that's the modded one put in with the trailer just tucked away. We don't have anything in the silo, it is empty. And then, do we have anything in these ones? I'm trying to remember. We have a workshop trigger just in here. There you go, drive through. Roll in, roll out to repair service. Oh yeah, fertilizer spreader just there. And then this one opens out to the sort of the main road again. Very nice. So that's the main farm. Like I say, I'm pretty sure on the version 2, around behind this building here, there's apple trees and stuff. I'm sure there is. I think after this one. No, I say that. I thought that the other day. And then someone messaged me about Black Mountain, Montana, which I had missed. I think I've only got one more map that I think I'd missed. And then if I do that one and I'm right, that is the last one, I will have done map tours on every single map on FS22, I think. So we have here Werner's grain silo, which is a sell point, just tucked away in there. That's not a bale sell point, it's just... I say that, that's curious. There's the sell point, and there is a marked area there. I was going to say it's not, there's not an icon showing for that, but what I will do, let's go down and check this, and we check our bales. Let's go and find straw bale. Yeah, Werner's grain silo. Again, glad I checked, because I kind of drove past, saw that little icon there, and thought, okay, that's the grain silo sell point. Sell point for, you know, most stuff, and then bale stuff there. So we've got bale sell point added in. Oh, helium deer, look. Also, look, there's a hot air balloon. We've got hot air deer as well. Cool. Just across the road from here. I think I've just come out the wrong way, but that's alright. We have got the old Quarry sell point, which is the debris crusher I was talking about. Just tucked in here. Now this is not showing as a line buy point or anything like that. Again, no icon for buying. What I'm going to do is drive up onto the sort of the mountain side, because it was, you know, when I do a map tour I try and show features of a map and stuff as well, things that stand out, things that I thought, oh, that's really cool. And one up here, and I can't remember whether or not the quarry was on version 2 was a sort of functioning quarry or anything, but I had that kind of, you know, you have those moments where you think, oh, you know what, if I was doing, I'm not saying I'm doing a Let's Play on here, but if I was doing a Let's Play, the landscape is just phenomenal. Wouldn't it be very cool too, you know? So you could do a thing where, up here, and this is just wonderful, you've got an old quarry, abandoned. So the old quarry is in here. All trees grown up in stuff, and, you know, it might be that someone's got a tip-off, or they've done some more, you know, they might have done some ground surveys, ground penetrating radar, or whatever it might be, and decided, let's reopen the quarry. So you might have a job to come down here, do some forestry to clear it out so the quarry can be used again. But all this down here is just, like I say, it's on the map. It's fantastic, and there's this lovely little pond round the back here. You clear all this out, got yourself a little hideout. I mean, it's pretty cool. You could, if you wanted to, then go to the you know, you could put stone and stuff in here and lime and have it as a functioning quarry. I don't know, but look at this. I just thought it was one of those features that it needs to be shown, you know. So, back up to the pickup. Now, what I'm going to say at this point is, if we go back to our map. So, from that farm to the start farm, round there to Werner's, across there to the old quarry, then we come up here and we're at this quarry here. Now, I did purchase the land to see if any icons or anything popped up. Nothing does. There's a little barn there, and on the plots of land that have got barns, you need to buy the land to get access to the barn so the doors will open. Now, I'm pretty sure on the previous map tour, which was the second map, on version 2, I drove all across here. The land is bumpy, it's undulating. There are some fields and stuff tucked away in here. And then, well, these aren't waterways, these are rocky sort of outcrops. and I'm sure I said this last time, I will see you out on this side. Here, plot 10, you buy that plot, there's a little shed there, but again, there's not a sell point or buy point or anything there. And then we will go down across and we'll come into the next little village, which is just here, and take in farms and whatnot over there. So I'm going to head over, and I've lost myself. There we go, up here. Grab the pickup, and we'll drive across. It does have a really nice sort of, I know I say it's a lot of map tours, but a kind of gritty, real feel to it. It's not pristine. It's not, you know, you get some maps where everything is absolutely, you know, it's perfect. I like the fact you've got weeds growing through and you've got stuff sort of everywhere. That's cool. You know, that's what adds that gritty realism. Yeah, look, all the tree stumps where trees have been cut down. And again, I'm pretty sure on the second version it's got that too. But it's very cool. I'll see you out the other side. Watching out for tree stumps, logs across tracks, things of that nature. Should have got myself a Land Rover. Mind you, suspension probably would have collapsed by now. So now we come onto the road on this side. This is one of those weird map tours. It's a strange one to do. Look, I know I keep harking back to the same thing, going from different versions of the game. So someone ports over an older version, so it might be FS17 to FS22, a map that you haven't seen on 19, or, you know, and I always say, I do a map tour and say, you know, I always kind of look and think, has this changed enough? Is it different enough to the previous version? Obviously you have all the new features of the game and stuff on there. It's a curiosity doing two versions of the same map on the same game, because it does have that, there is a familiarity, and I suppose because I'm doing the same route round almost identically, there are a few little changes, I think, but it is different enough. That's the thing. It's such a weird thing to do, because often a map will just get updated and updated and updated. So it would change from Fichthal to Fichthal V2, but that would just be updates. So the original Fichthal would cease to exist. It's a strange one, really. Anyway, just here, plot 157. We go to our map. So we came all the way across, down past here, across the river. We are here, plot 157. If I buy that plot there, not very expensive, do that and that. We've got 3 medium greenhouses for your use, or removal. If you want to put something else on here, there are 3 greenhouses here if you want to use them. You come out to the junction. Gas station, just on the right. Carry on a little bit further out of the village. And there's a turning coming up. Just here. Up into the trees. Whoa, mama. Okay. We're okay. Thought I was going to roll over. Little turning just to the right there. So we've come from there, past the gas station, up here. We're now at this farm. Plot 11. Do that, and that. Just in here. Sheep pen, standard, 65 sheep. But again, some barn and building space, which can all be removed. I know I keep repeating that, but, you know, just to emphasise the point. Plenty of barn and building space. No silos, no sleep triggers for the extra farm. I'd say at this extra farm. Some of the extra farms do have silos, as you've already seen. It seems to be the ones that have silos don't have animals. The ones that have animals don't have silos. That's a curiosity. But you can add in whatever you like. There's plenty of silos to choose from within the mod hub. I was talking to DJ Gohan yesterday about the mods hub at the moment, and mods and giants being busy with so much other stuff, and, you know, mods being sort of irregular and infrequent. We're going to see what happens today. I'm posting this Tuesday. We'll see what happens. I referred to it as Schrodinger's mod hub. It seems to be a quantum mod hub in superposition that you don't know until each day what might be released. It could be nothing. It could be everything. There could be hundreds of mods get released. It could be 1 mod, it could be 5 mods. Could be maps, might not be. So until they do get released, until you open that box up, every eventuality is possible. You just don't know until the mods actually happen, you know? It's a curiosity. Even when DJ does the mods in testing, and you're looking at, oh, okay, you know, potentially we'll get this many mods out today. But that's not always the case. There might be 100 in testing. It might be that only 50 of those passed, and it might be that only some of those are on console. So you're never quite sure what you're going to get. It's quite cool. Anyway, second carpentry is just here. Again, standard fare. Grain mill, again, standard fare. Crop types in. Flour out. But the 4 main crop types in there. It's not a grain mill plus or anything like that. And then we come along to the next one here. What I also like about this, I'm going to say now as well, all the sheds and buildings that were put in are in the build mode, which is why you can remove all of the buildings on all of the farms. What I love is when you get into these farms here, like this one, like all of them so far, it looks so built into the landscape seamlessly. They look a little bit overgrown, they look a bit disused, but they look like they've been here for so long. It just blends in really, really well. But anyway, so from the sheep pen out to the main road, down there, did both of those. We're at this plot here. So plot 9, we purchased that plot. There we go. Silo, this is the Farmer 500, this one, not a 400, I believe. If I get it right. Yep, Farmer 500. And again, loads of barn, shed space. We don't think we've got a workshop at this one. But if you want to put an animal pen in, remove one of the sheds, put one in, or buy the bit of land next to it. Whatever you want to do. Right. Turn into here. Just to the right, we've got the animal dealer, livestock market, just here. There you go, on cue. Perfect, well done. We did practice that to make sure that worked. As if. Anyway, and then we turn up here and we've got the dairy, again, standard dairy. I say standard dairy, I think this might have been tweaked. I'm sure it says it produces faster, gets through productions faster, on one of the updates the map had. So there's our dairy. What we're going to do from here is head east again, then north again. We'll get there. I think I'm going to go onto the main road. That's alright. Onto here, traffic, that'll be fine. Right. Got to remember where my turning is that I need. Whoa. So many times on map tours, stop reading notes when you're driving. Turn here. Lights. It's going to make a lot of difference, but there are so many quality maps out there. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Well, it's not ridiculous, it's fantastic, but you know what I mean? It's one of those phrases you use a lot. It's ridiculous. It's not ridiculous, it's cool. Next farm, just here, plot 8 is where we are. Do that, and that. This is a pig farm. Manure heap next to it, pig farm, pig pen, 270 pigs, and then barn and building space. We do have a very large storage shed in here. Hello. I have no idea why. Just then from here out to the next sell point, which is the Watermill. This is another one of those little features, and I'm trying to think. I think maybe because version 2, when I did the map tour on that, was so packed, and I was panicking about not getting around the whole map and showing everything. I don't think I necessarily took in some of these features, some of the things I'm showing you. So Watermill sell point, and it is just a sell point. But what's cool is you've got the Watermill bit here, almost like a little reservoir at the back here, and these 2 sluice gates. And these sluice gates don't open, but then you've got this concrete slipway that runs down. You can see it, and there's a bit of a glisten of the water over it. So when those open, the water coming through there, I assume, turns shafts and various different things and gets the little Watermill working. And then it gets deeper off that sluice section back into the river again. it's just brilliant. It's such a cool feature. Like I said, I think I probably just missed it. Watermill sell point. Now I'm going to do something a bit naughty here. Up on top of the hill there, you've got Castle Fichthal. Fichthal. And there's a track, and I'm sure I used the road last time, but I'm going to use the footpath. It's a quicker route up. The castle, there's no sell point up there. You could put one up there if you buy the land, I guess. There may or may not be collectibles up there. What there is up there in one part, there's a little secret passage. I'm not going to show you it. If you want to come on the map and find it, you can. Have a look for it. I accidentally found it. I fell into a well. And then thought, oh, okay, that's a problem. I'm going to have to just tab back to my vehicle. And then suddenly thought, oh, maybe there's a collectible down here. And in my searching, found something. So I've given a bit of a clue away there. But yeah, I should be coming this way. This is a goat trail. This is not it's not a road, but luckily I haven't met any pedestrians coming all the way. We come up to the car park for the castle. It's worth a look, have a wander, come up for a picnic, whatever you want to do. The castle is just up there, through the trees. Bring the kids, make a day of it. God, I would not want to cycle up that hill. Oh, that's a thigh burner if ever I've seen it. Right, from here, take the track on the left. This feels like a very big map as well. I love the terrain on it. It's really nicely done. We're a bit bumpy. Next on our list is the biogas plant. I think it's a 250 kilowatt. This is a curious one. This is one where you buy the biogas plant but you don't get the land, so you buy the land separately. If you buy the land, you don't get the biogas plant. You've got to, you buy them independently. But the land itself is bought in plots. You can buy the land of the biogas plant, and then you can buy the land that's got the 2 silage clamps on. So what you can do is you can just buy the little plots of the silage clamps on and use the silage clamps. You don't have to buy everything if you don't want to. So from here, went out to the Watermill, had a look there at the sluice gates and Watermill and whatnot. Came up there, followed this little track all up there to the castle. Up there. Then we came down this track here and went out with the biogas plant. So I'll show you what I mean. If we click on that, we can buy that plot there, 52,745. You can buy that silage clamp, 16,348. That silage clamp, 16,837. They should be identical silage clamps, shouldn't they? Anyway, 2 silage clamps can be bought independently. And like I say, if you buy the biogas plant, you don't get the land. So it's all independent of each other. They're 250 kilowatt, and it's a standard biogas plant for our crops in and digestate out. Lovely job. Look at that. The way the light's shining off the water there. I'm obviously hyper focused today on all these the little details, you know. I'm not quite sure why, but I am. Back out to the road to the next farm, which I believe is the final farm we can purchase, I think. Just here. So we've gone from the biogas plant to here, plot 13, Bosch, Bosch, Bosch and Bosch. There we go. We do have at the front here, as you saw on the map, we have workshop trigger. Like the main farm, drive through for convenience. So might want to take in passing traffic, offer some services. Barn and building space, and around the back we've got a 350,000 litre silo as well. Just in there. Lovely job. From here, we go around to the next sell point. I misread this, honestly. I've got my glasses on as well, which is terrible. Here, we've got Potato Harry. Nope, Potato Harry. I read it as Potato Harry. Why would that be hit? That makes no sense. Nope, Harry. So this is Potato Harry sell point. It's obviously his potato facility. Sell point just there. Actually, I'm going to have a look, actually, because I think... let's go to... Where are we? Potatoes, Potato Harry, sugar beet. Okay, so potatoes and sugar beet we can sell. They're not just potatoes, but Potato Harry can be sold there. Out from here, up onto this road. Let me know what you think in the comments as well about the two versions. Which version do you prefer? Or just generally on maps, do you prefer a more simplified version of a map with the option to add in productions from the mod hub, or if the map makers put productions? I did a map tour on what was it? Oh, Black Mountain, Montana, wasn't it? That's what I was talking about earlier. And I like the fact that Poor Boy had put some productions and stuff in which were modded and made and extra stuff, but weren't on the map. So you had the option to put them in if you wanted to. Do you prefer a map that's packed with the productions you can use if you want to, or do you, would you rather have a simplified version of the map you can add them on if you want to? Or I'm always curious, how people play the game differently and what people's feelings and thoughts are. So this is a sawmill, but I say this is not a sawmill. This is a sell point. I mean, it's still a sawmill, but anyway, wood chip sell point just to right there. Around the back of the building, we've got our wood sell point. So the wood gets put there, and the trigger for selling wood is just there. So if you want to do full-on forestry and run productions of forestry, you might want to, put in a different sawmill, as previously advertised. Now, this road, if I follow this road all the way along, should bring me back to the crossroads where I started at the vehicle shop and the bus stop. There's no other sell points out this way. There's no other farms or anything like that. Like I say, I'm pretty sure on the later version there are some out that way. I'm sure there are. And I think there's a road that runs around the back. I'm sure there's a pig farm further over. There's all sorts. What I'm going to do here, I'm just going to pull over and do what I said. I'm going to throw the drone up because I want to show you. Say throw the drone. I always say that. Just build mode. It's just we're throwing the drone up. Let's set out this way. You've got this rocky section here. And what I love is this. How cool is that? I mean, it serves no purpose other than it's there. It's already been there for, hundreds of years potentially, or 100 years, or whatever. It might just help. So you think, well, why wouldn't you just drive around? But it's there. It's a feature of the map, and it's fantastic. I love that detail. Anyway, yeah, just thought I'd show you it. And as I said, if you follow this road all the way down, if I've missed something, I do apologise. I don't think I've been checking the map, looking for pastures and things. As far as I can tell, it's just all the meadows, the various different meadows that can be purchased if you want to. And that is the map. That's Fichthal, apologies if I've said that wrong, by Lucas G. The first of two versions. I know, I'm sorry I'm going about this all wrong, I know, but I was asked, that's why this whole sort of mini series of videos started out. A few people asked me about different maps that I'd missed the map tours. Was I going to do them? And I often say, but at this point, no, probably not. And I thought, why not? If anyone watches them, if they're helpful to anybody, then fantastic. And here we are. There's the bus stop. There's the vehicle shop. I can drop off the rental. That's the map. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. As always, thanks for watching.